Alright, stop yapping. I'm streaming. Alright, guys, welcome back to another Rob Drip stream with Rob Drip, brought to you by Dry Heat Media. And, you know, this is going to be a little quicker news than usual, what we do like usually. Usually I do a cool little hour. I think we're going to do a little 30, 40 right here. Well, I don't got a lot of the news. It's a slow news day. You know how it be. So, we got Pug with us laughing. I don't know why he laughing.
Because I can. What are you going to do on it?
Oh, yeah. We're not here to hear you yap. Anyways, so we got Rob Drip's story. You know how we always go through Rob Drip's story as we always do. We're going to hear him out, see what he's talking about. Him as in I and I as in, let's see. Shit fly, but Rockaware, you can't save. It's like, that's like putting the and one on, like the and one bucket hat, the and one zip up jacket. This is my first clip ever, guys. So, you know, give me a break on how, like, the quality and all, yada, yada. You know what I mean? It's my first clip. But, as you guys seen, we got a little bit to talk about today. So, we're going to have to go through this story a little fast because we got some stuff to talk about. With the girl in the AP. Like, no cap. like, what are we doing here, chat? All right. So my thing is academics posted anyone KD Kevin Durant, who just traded from Phoenix Suns to the Houston Rockets. He said anyone else would retire, but I'm not content. I want to bury these like 20 feet down so no one can find them again.
We do not care.
If he was going to win a ring, I think he would have won it with us. I don't know. I'm not really into sports like that. But I do know that I think that his team that he just came off of just won a ring, if I'm not mistaken. 2025 basketball champions. NBA. The Thunder's won, right? Oh wait, did they win? I mean, did they win yet? Do you know, Pug? Pug, what are you doing here?
What?
I'm asking I'm asking questions. You're just not even talking, bro.
What questions?
I said, did the Thunders win yet? The OKC Thunders.
Yes.
See, bro, this is chat. These are not the kind of friends you need.
Oh my god, Cuzzo.
Alright, guys. Anyways, back to what we were saying. Phoenix launches new task force to crack down on illegal fireworks. And that's true because, as you guys heard from my last stream, they popping fireworks. Even this stream, they might pop some as we're going through this right now. I'm not gonna lie. So, and then this is like the ending topic for my title today for episode 15. It's Phoenix to Tucson train projects clears major federal hurdle. And this, I'll just go through the last topic first to get it out the way because it's kind of like the easiest, quickest topics to go through. So it says, The long talked about passenger train connecting Phoenix and Tucson just took a big step forward. The Federal Railroad Administration has approved Arizona's preliminary plans, officially allowing ADOT to move ahead with deeper review of the proposed 160-mile route that would stretch from Buckeye to Tucson. And if y'all know anything about that, chat, y'all know that that's a distance right there. That's not no jump hit. That's a jump, skip, hop in the way. So no full funding has been secured yet, but no money been dished out, no checks been divvied out yet. But it says, but this approval opens the door for future grants and major state investments. Governor Katie Hobbs has already committed $3.5 million towards planning, calling it a huge opportunity for Arizona's economy, jobs, and transportation future. And that's no cap, because I went on the light rail the other day. I'm gonna say last week or 2 weeks ago, and there was like one of those dudes who check your little light rail card. I'm gonna say every stop going north, but coming down south, there was nobody checking my stuff. I'm not gonna lie, but hey, I didn't get caught, but I had my money anyways, so my little money on my card. You get a little copper card. It's kind of cool if you guys want to go on the light rail. It says next steps include designing the route, figuring out station locations, infrastructure upgrades, and estimating ridership, a process that could take another 2 to 3 years. If everything stays on track, this could finally bring a high-speed option between Arizona's two biggest cities. Would you ride it?
Bruh.
I ain't writing shit. Pause. But nah, I might take a little stroll. So look, it's showing you where it's gonna go. Buckeye is all the way like northwest of Arizona, like inner city, right? Like that's super northwest. It's saying that it's gonna go from Buckeye all the way past through downtown, go through Tempe, go through a little bit of Chandler and what's that, Mesa, then go to Queen Creek, and it's gonna go all through this, all the way to Eloy, and then hit Tucson. That's a lot of money and investment. And they barely built this railroad that they've been talking about, the one that I went on like 2 weeks ago. It barely opened this year. And they were talking about that railroad for like 3, 4, I don't know how many years. But, I mean, one of the comments say, why would we need this? There's nothing in Tucson. Now, I'm not going to let people get away with there's nothing in Tucson, because U of A is there, a whole college town. So we do have a reason for it, chat. It's just, do we need it? Because I just feel like that's just asking for tweakers to be riding that shit up and down from Tucson to Buckeye every day. You already know. There's going to be that one dude who just lives on there.
Bruh.
I'm not lying, chat. There will be someone that lives on there. All right. Well, let's see. Wait, where were we? Oh yeah, we're on the story. Let's see what else we got. We got Rob Drip trying to be a rapper. Go check out that. And then we got Frank Ocean. Yo.
Bruh.
Stop the cap.
We got Frank Ocean releasing a vinyl on his website. Like, he needs to stop the teasing, the trolling, and drop some music. Brother's doing everything but dropping an album.
Bruh.
Like, bro, get into the booth. I'm sorry, Chad. I love Frank Ocean, but he just needs to drop some more music, cause his type of flow mixed with his type of beats is rare to find. These new guys just came out, the new freshman XXL list. There was one dude who gave me the Frank Ocean type vibes. Like, I'm gonna have to listen to these cats just because they're something like Frank Ocean. Like, that's what Brent Faiyaz was. You know what I mean? So, and then we got Rob Drip smoking a fat doink with the Blonde album in a Supreme bucket. All right, chat. All right, let's get to the meat and potatoes, as AD would like to say.
The future of your business is here. With Wix, you get advanced AI capabilities for more customization, more time, and more growth. Speed up your website copy with an AI text generator that delivers a consistent brand voice to every corner of your site. Unlimited unique visual.
On Friday, I can't really say much, nigga, because Smack not.
But
Where Drake called him personally and told him to chill out on that shit.
I know he's always been.
Let's see, chat. So we got Figment World. If you guys aren't familiar, these guys had a podcast with Adam 22 and No Jumper, and they broke off and did their own thing, and they had they still have their little motion with Duno. Duno's a big TikToker, comedian. He's all that, and he's big in the Latino Hispanic community, and also, you know, everywhere. But he's really funny. And then we got T-Rail. You know, he has clout. They all got clout, but
These fools are clowning, but
AD is supposed to be a big bad, like, Crip from California, from Compton, California, and he's supposed to be like the bronze of the group.
when, like, if it's clowning, then it's not serious.
But he's also supposed to be the level head of the group. Like, he's not supposed to go off on anything, but calling out academics is kind of crazy when you're supposed to be, you know, look up to the guy.
But if it's
Bro, soft shit, girl. It's like you said.
Struck a nerve, man.
There's no reason to get mad if you didn't feel like that. You get what I'm saying?
or if that didn't happen.
That's what I'm saying.
Or if that didn't happen, yeah,
you
yeah.
be like, yo, laugh it off. People say all
Yeah.
type of shit. You feel me?
Show the
I
footage.
just didn't like the after shit and all that extra shit. I'm like, nigga,
But
out
who
his
took the
mind.
footage?
He supposedly got the footage. I don't know. I need to see it, bitch. However it go. I don't give a fuck about the footage. If I see the homie go up to you and talk to you, you got press. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, that's how them. You know, that's how the West Coast is.
Give a fuck what he got. What
That's
When
what
niggas come
pressing
and
is.
check your temperature, cuz.
Yeah,
That's
what
exactly what
pressing
press did.
And also-
Hey, what's up? You good or no? You ain't good?
Right,
Oh, you
dog.
solid? All right, cool. You enjoy the show.
That's a press.
That's a press.
And also, where is it like is act like sitting in like a suite?
I think he was in a suite. Yeah.
That's
they
funny.
feel
That's
just
funny. They tracked him down though.
Yeah.
Like, they
That's
tracked him down.
what I'm saying. You're in a big
No,
ass.
they were
You're
saying
in a
that it's
stadium, right?
somebody
You're in a-
from, I don't know if it's true or not, but they're saying
So they're saying it's a press. AD is saying that it's a press. So the fact that AD is stamping it like that's a press, that's kind of like looking at academics like you're supposed to be you know, neutral when it comes to me and you know, me and Kendrick Lamar's team and all that. Like, yeah, y'all are the West Coast and all that, but you know, when they're coming at me and I've already let you use my studio, I've brought you to my platform, I've advertised your platform on my platform without no payment, just off the strength of, I fuck with you. I think AD stamping any type of disrespect to academics is kind of a little throws me off, because after all academic has done for Fake Community World and AD and them, I mean, even though academics is claiming to have ruined their lives behind the mastermind of what he calls the master plan, I don't think there was a master plan at all. I think he was genuinely fucking with y'all at first, and then you guys made him say I have a master plan to screw you guys over, because you did it to yourself in a way by jumping out the gate for people who you aren't paid by. You might have loyalty, yes, but at the end of the day, you're in the podcast space as well, so you kind of have to have some loyalty to the podcast space as well as your hip hop space loyalty lies too. You know what I mean? Everyone likes to pick and choose sides, but you gotta. Oh, hold up.
I did.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh my god. My bad, chat. Anyways, yeah, let's.
And it was somebody from TDE that he was in connection with that nigga, he went to the show. Like he went to
Oh,
the
like
suite.
gave him tickets?
Basically, like, I don't know, join the suite or whatever the fuck it was. So they was aware the nigga was in there.
Oh, okay.
Wait, somebody from TDE gave somebody that talked shit
That's
about.
what they said on the internet. I don't know how valid that is.
And you know what I've always thought? I know he's always been, obviously he's been on Drake's side, and he's expressed how he feels like about you know what side he's on.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised.
Exactly. You know what side of the fence academics is on, but the fact that they're
Like even the Kendrick shit, I feel like that's not as serious as what he said about SZA before, and I feel like that would have,
No, that was a whole different story.
That's what I'm saying. But
Where
it's both,
Drake called him personally and told him to chill out on that shit.
Did he say he worked that out, though?
He did, he said that.
Scissor shit? He worked it out with, like...
He said Drake hit him up and told him to chill that shit out. That's before the beef, though.
Oh, he said Drake.
So that was before the beef, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Drake hit him. Akin was like, "Hey, chill out with SZA."
Oh, okay.
Right.
Damn.
I remember that. I remember Drake hitting up academics, and academics literally stating, "Yo, I gotta chill." Drake said, "I can't be going that hard on SZA because she's a female," and all this and that, all the good yap.
Man,
I've always thought about this too, right? Like,
Pug, do you understand why I leave, right?
we see, like, you want to support somebody or back somebody up when they show love, right? Like when they show you love, you want to show love back. But I've always wondered when it comes to like podcasters that take a side and they don't get the same love back, like, does it feel like Ma and them, like it just kind of feels like you're cheerleading the whole time.
And that's what they think of academics. They all think that he's just a Drake cheerleader, and they think. But at the end of the day, T-Rail low-key is a Kendrick cheerleader. If that's what we're gonna call a spade a spade.
Oh, you saying that they don't directly support
Yeah,
you?
because
Also, like Drake not going on their shit or calling in on their shit.
Well, I mean, he
Showing some type of
that fool might
support.
not have to call or go on their shit, but like even like the little wins, right? Like when you see SZA and them at show love and acknowledge like a Smack or a T-Rail and hit the stage and shit like that. Like, I wonder why it's not like, I feel like if I was Drake, the fool that are on my team, if anything, I would want to do the most. Because they felt like the whole world's against me. Quote unquote, I'm losing. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you want them to have more acknowledgement out in the public. Acknowledge them out
Yeah,
in
like
the
is the
public
love
more.
unconditional or like
yeah.
Footage, show the footage.
So if you guys just seen it right there, AD is low-key stamping the hate that T-Rail is giving out. But at the end of the day, he's trying to backpedal it as well. Like, yo, academics didn't, he's just, doing a moment right now. It is some weirdo shit, don't get me wrong, but it's just some weirdo shit for right now. I think he's saving face, but we all know that it's all gloves off at this moment, right?
Let's see it.
AI writes my copy in seconds.
Because if it wasn't all gloves off, Whack 100 of No Jumper podcast wouldn't be coming out saying No Jumper stands with academics, making sure that, or the West Coast is not Figmunity World, and Figmunity World is not all just the West Coast. No Jumper does not stand, No Jumper stands with academics. So the fact that, Whack 100 is coming out the closet saying, hey, we stand with academics, even though he's been on Figmunity World and he fucks with the Figmunity World boys, but not if they're going to be disrespecting the connects that Whack 100 has, that is academics.
Get pressed sometimes, you don't get pressed sometimes. You a civilian, man. You supposed to.
Because academics is an East Coast connection that Whack 100 and Adam 22 have in their back pocket. And up until now, AD, this guy right here, AD has had academics, and they all have a Figmunity World, all of them. They all have had academics in their back pocket, but as of lately with this whole TDE beef, and they're standing on TDE's side when they're not paid by TDE, but Smack's brother is what's his name? So Smack from TDE Smack. SZA did just call on stage, and Kendrick Lamar did on stage just say Smack's name, but they're not saying T-Rail's name. They're not saying AD's name. They're not. Let's keep it a bean. So I mean, are they holding water for people that wouldn't pay them $1? Let's keep it a buck, chat. I don't know.
Like, you feel me? To me, that was like snake behavior.
What do you mean?
See? To me, that was like snake behavior. Where are we? 520?
My nigga, so it's done. It's okay, my boy. It's okay. You got press. It's okay. It's okay, man. You know what I mean?
It's all good.
It's all good, man. You get pressed sometimes. You don't get pressed sometimes. You a civilian, man. You supposed to get pressed, bro. You know what I mean?
The best part about this is like I'm not even gonna talk about this peons. And then
Talk about these peons as in the TDE squad and the Figmunity World.
5 hours later, just
Going in.
See, that's what I didn't like, Like, you feel me? To me, that was like snake behavior.
What do you mean?
Like real snake behavior to me.
From academics.
Yeah, cause like you gotta think about it, right? Bruh. Niggas saying niggas is this and this and that. I'm listening to what cuz is saying, and that should apply to everybody. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you niggas is this, you niggas is this, you niggas is that. And I'm sitting there looking like, wait a minute, you texting, telling me, oh, I was texting Adam. Like, these niggas is stupid. Like, you trying to really play niggas. You feel me? Like, that's snake shit, cuz. You laugh in nigga face, say this and say that.
AD is watching the clips. AD is watching the clips of academics saying that he's the mastermind and he had the master plan. AD's not a dummy.
Yeah, nigga. A nigga,
I've been saying this shit how long now?
Hold on, kid. Then the complex, but when the complex list come out, a nigga say, oh, Figmunity should have been on there and shit like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nigga playing all sides. I don't like none of that fake ass shit,
Because I think that's where I think he's kind of, correct me if I'm wrong, right? Because I'd be more out the loop than everybody else, right? He's always kind of been neutral, right? Like when it comes to you and Adam, he's always been neutral.
Apparently not.
No. But what I'm saying is, technically, he's always been
Publicly.
on camera.
Publicly, academics has been neutral to Figmunity World, Adam 22, Flacco, like everyone over here on the West Coast. He usually stays neutral with. He doesn't want to burn any bridges, you know. AD with, you know, any of these guys, just in case he has to come over to LA and do some work. You know what I mean? I feel him. Like, you got to keep the people you know close to you. And up until now, he's been on publicly, you know, like, these are my boys. AD, whenever you come to over here in New Jersey, I got you, bro. You can use my studio. You can do this. You can do that. You know, hey, just know when you come here, you're taken care of, bro. You know what I mean? Come through. I got you. And then, you know, come the TDE thing and he goes to a concert and gets pressed. Now it's fuck you and everybody who rocks with you to TDE, and T-Rel has a TDE smack with him, so obviously they're gonna choose sides, and it's a bunch of choosing sides around here.
Yes.
Yes, he's always gave you your flowers or et cetera, right? And then the minute he starts fighting him over quote unquote a joke, right? Because I think that was the whole point of the reenactment was clowning.
And that shit was, I said that shit really hit a soft spot.
And then I think that's where it shows where, like, if somebody clowns and you go, like, let's say we're clowning about shoes and then we start talking about dead family members, then that's where it's like, oh wait, so you're mad about, like, is it serious?
Yeah, exactly. So let me know what you guys think, chat. You guys think that it's picking and choosing around here? Everyone out here picking and choosing on, you know, when they're gonna go off and how hard they're gonna go off and who gets pressed. Because I think that AKADEMIKS, you know, he did get pressed. Did they have to publicly announce it and, you know, come to the rescue for TDE and be their news broadcast of America saying, yo, TDE pressed AKADEMIKS real bad. They pressed him, you got pressed. It is what it is. Like, is that necessary? I don't know, chat.
Like, because if that happened, then I mean, if it didn't happen, then you shouldn't get mad.
No, it's more like
Right.
It's more like
If it didn't happen, you shouldn't get mad.
I'm gonna wait this.
Okay, and so in other news though, I wanted to go over like a little side drama, a little lore to Figmunity World.
This week, we're hosting a...
So, you guys see, I'm going to go over the next topic that we have right here, Liberty Hangout, defending the First Amendment. I'm going to go through that right now, but since we're on Figmunity World, I'm going to just stay with the Figmunity World topics, and I'm going to go through what I was going through today. And this guy, he was a cameraman and editor and all that, like, you know, how those people are very important to people like this right here, where they are very much talent and they need some people that are editors, cameramen, and all of that. So we got video editor named Calvin, and Calvin he's from No Jumper originally. He had a podcast with a couple other guys. I don't know if he wants his podcast and all that to be out there, but you know, shout out to him and his podcast venture that they had that came to an end. However, being the fact that, you know, him and Trevor Potter and this other editor that they had, being that they were all three went from No Jumper to Figmunity World when No Jumper had the gray split of these guys leaving their No Jumper and doing their own thing. As you can see, this is all their independent stuff right here. This whole cast, the last cast you just seen in their background, that's all independent, their money out the pocket. And so what you just seen was Kelvin. What they're gonna talk about right now is that Kelvin, the editor, he up and left on them apparently, and he went to go work for No Jumper. I mean, not No Jumper. He went to go work for AKADEMIKS, and not only did he went to go work for AKADEMIKS, he's saying that AKADEMIKS was a spy.
But yeah, he been heating Just Incredible shit up though, homie.
Now the last two drops been fire too. That baby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing that.
This nigga get knocked out or not?
Hey, be
Man?
nice. What happened with this nigga on Saturday,
He
man?
can't give you the exclusive. We finna go live. We finna do an hour right now, huh?
Yeah.
Shots out, man. We finna get up out of here, though. Shots out.
He keeping Siete in the cut. We liking that. He keep popping up every
They made her a million, bro.
What's
Rapping and shit. Did y'all see the shit with Geechee Gotti, the rap battle he had?
on live, like, and it's gonna be that in the future. Like, motherfuckers just go just check out right in the middle of their live.
Nigga, people been passing out on the news forever.
They a crown that's like a big dog or OG and this shit, but he been on stage.
In that freestyle, man. Every time you go over there to Just Incredible, you is lighting, bruh.
No, that's dope, man. Some dope shit out.
RJ Gas that damn freestyle going crazy.
West Coast artists been dropping some hot shit
Drop
too.
the project.
Shout out to all the young LA artists out here going crazy.
Yeah, he keeping Siete in the cut. We liking that. Be having my boy
right there
doing
with
his
him.
look with him. You know what I mean? That's good. That's all you need.
Right there with him.
Siete and what's his name? Big Eve.
He on the flyer? Damn.
Smack, you got a show? What you saying? What do you mean?
Oh yeah, he should have come and gave us the exclusive.
You got a smack show?
Did this nigga get knocked out or not?
Hey, be nice.
Hey, this nigga get knocked out or not?
Hey,
man?
be nice. What happened with this nigga on Saturday, man?
He can't give you the exclusive. We finna go live. We finna do an hour right now, huh?
Yeah.
Shots out, man. We finna get up out of here, though. Shots out. Make sure y'all get his video.
Story
Big
up on
thumbs up.
Back on Fig. I know these niggas, man. Go ahead. Let's get about it.
In there. So now I'm shots over that. I gotta drink another cocktails and all that shit. Nah, somebody said he was showing off.
Happy out here. Shout out P Night. So y'all invite. I mean,
it's chipped though. You can see the you can see the coloration though. You balling, LeBron.
No, shout out to me. I love us. You know what I mean?
We spend a good amount of time.
I can't find the clip.
What could go wrong? We are here. Yeah.
Can you explain how that happened?
Can you?
Because he was with me the whole day. What happened?
I don't even know what happened to y'all. Y'all left.
I'm like, y'all just crazy.
Palm trees out here is cap though.
Yeah. You thinking people evil?
Nigga, you know what I mean? Score 40, score.
Shit was
Niggas
terrible.
can't even pop. Can play.
Right.
You feel me? Like, and then when the NBA is up,
Well, especially a black man.
you're not finna blow up.
You finna blow up and take away from us and take away our brands, our sponsors. That's gonna make niggas start wanting to go from college to your shit.
Nah.
YouTubers,
That's the one used to be on
streamers.
Revolt?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, only person speak about the tunnel in New York.
They had a seizure on stage.
Oh, in the
World?
battle? You got a seizure. You seen when Wendy Williams passed out?
And that's a legendary.
Scripted.
Nah,
He was,
you know.
yeah, he was on fire, homie.
Project.
Just dropped.
Shout out Moses. You know what I mean? Appreciate
It's the
it,
Smack
man.
Show.
Y'all tap in, man. Make sure y'all use our code for.
Shit.
But why
Nigga in
would
his
we
office
not
now.
take your word for?
The culture over there that's what we not known to do.
And working together.
I see
That shit is hard.
Aiden, he look like he an argument like, man, and probably still think couple people in there is trash. How they make it?
Well, look though. So we
Same way
got
we
Jello.
XXL
I think it's right here.
freshman selections was about though. Not just because you got a hot.
And then EM tripping. Is it EEM tripping or EM?
XXL freshman selections was about though. Not just because you got a hot single.
This ain't hip hop. You do sound like
No, it wasn't about.
It wasn't what it about. They make it's the same. It's what's her name?
Hip hop is dead.
What's her name up there? I forget her name. That
Samara.
Nah, the white lady that do she run that part.
Oh, to run that double XL.
Yeah, but she the one like big part of that picking.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, listen.
She ain't changed the system. They still trying to get who can get in there. You know, a lot of people be turning that shit down too, though.
That's another
So they
thing.
had those like them Jello picks come in there because they got some of them other people got.
Yeah, because if you got real motion, you like, nigga, I just want my own cover. I don't need them niggas on there with me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I
the Young Money days, niggas was like, I ain't doing that shit. Niggas was really like on that shit, saying they didn't want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's all in what your thing is.
They're talking about the XXL cover, which honestly, I don't disagree with them. I don't disagree with. That's why we got the I got Swerve in the moon. That's why we got him on the XXL, because we don't need him, but we kind of do it because all these other rappers think they're too cool to be on the XXL list, which I don't blame that for that. I don't blame them for that either.
It become a whole process once you become one of those 10. They want you to do a concert. They want you to do the freestyles. They want you to do all kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
It become a whole process.
Nah, for sure, it was.
Yeah, but I mean, shout out to everybody on the list. I'm not saying nobody don't deserve to be on there besides Jello, but everybody else, you know, they got a track record.
Wish your school better fit your.
He said, Pun said everybody but Jello deserved to be on that list.
Well, it's okay to be in different generations and hate. Like you said, my boy Tyler, the creator, don't like Yachty's artists.
Nah, yeah, he was on Ian Head. But I don't know. I don't agree with that, man. Let everybody have their opinion.
How do you get tired of something that so where you voice it?
I'm like, that shit's done. Once they open up the DSP, Jim Jones, because
what expense though? Like I said, it depends on what you want up out of it.
When to go to the grave.
Say it.
Get
Say
that
it.
off.
All right.
That's
Oh,
all
then
I'm
you a
saying.
nigga then. Invited me not knowing. No shoes.
Jiu-jitsu.
Barefoot, nigga. Get
out of pocket.
They look at you. Nah, because it become it do become that, like when it's like, damn, the homies got podcasts now, and you know, like if I tell them, if I have conversations around them, they might take it to the big stage.
For a fact. So I think since we've been doing this shit, well, I'll speak for me. I think they pretty confident that I don't like get into that, all that stuff. I don't get into that stuff for sure. I just talk about y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you tell them you gonna do. Nah, don't worry about me doing anything. I'm gonna just talk about them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the conversation on the phone. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, you need to drop it. You want me to tell you off camera so you can come back and
One
say
thing
something.
I do notice about
Let me know
King,
what you're trying to do.
One thing I do notice about this nigga, he talks about everything under the fucking sun. Everything under the sun, everything FMW especially. But he don't go, when something about TD come out, he don't talk about it.
That's crazy.
He dumb it down, huh?
He don't even mention it.
Yeah. That's that thing. They got a belt over there.
That's crazy. That's a crazy narrative. But anyways, we got this last topic for the day. We got this last topic for the night.
Yeah.
Pug, we're back. You know why I left. You already know he's going to ruin my stream.
Cool.
My, you know. But anyways,
Would you be friends with a Trump supporter?
we got Liberty Hangouts. She goes around, everywhere asking questions, kind of like Nick Shirley. You know, he just goes around antagonizing people. Freedom of speech, really. He just, there's allowed to be trolls in the world, and why not? So she's one of them. I say she's like a troll, but a good troll, because sometimes we need those people that push the boundaries and make sure our First Amendment still exists in the world. So shout out to Liberty Hangouts. We got her going around asking people questions, right? And asking, this guy didn't even want to talk to her. I'll let you guys a little peep on what she does right here. Look, check it out.
Are taking people away from their families, taking kids away, and detaining them. Thank you. I'm good here.
So they're taking. Can I correct your? They're going after.
The individuals who have birthright citizenship, who have gone through the proper channels to be here legally, and the ICE people who do not have the proper papers or the correct warrants are taking people away from.
Who's supposed to be here legally? That they're going after.
The individual.
Exactly. So. So she's like one of them, right? She's gonna ask you that kind of question and be like, "So what?" And then ask you for your opinion. And she already knows that you're already mad for even trying to ask that question, because in 2025, you're supposed to be for whatever movement the general public moves to, you know? So she goes out there and gives her little red-pilled opinion too. But, however, I do agree with her. So if you guys watched my news last time, the whole way through, I went through her stuff, and you can see her getting escorted out of the farmer's market. And so she returned back to the same farmer's market that she was escorted out of. And she had her lawyers talk to everyone, because as she goes to these farmers markets, they tried kicking her out. And it's just not legal. They're on a public access land. So she goes in and she went back, and she's still gonna, exercise her First Amendment right, as she should. She should be allowed to go ask people questions if that's all she's doing. It's not like she's going to scout with a scouter and, no, she has a microphone in her hand. She has a cameraman. She's literally just trying to give people a reason to talk. And yeah, she might be trolling, but fuck, that's better than, shooting people nowadays, right? So at a public event. So I think, give her the right to talk. That's all I got to say about her and Nick Shirley and all these other trolls that just want the fucking the little clips that they get for being out in public. But she goes and she talks to these people. I forget where she is.
I just like him. But
I just think that, we have the First Amendment right for a reason. So why not let people, even if it was a blue pill person talking about all this, I think we should allow them, if they're going to go up to some red pilled people and ask them some hard hitting questions, why not? But look, she goes back to this place and she explains exactly what goes down. Look, check it right here.
That I've already dealt with. They are still back there discussing my existence being here in the farmer's market. But because I told them that I've already dealt with this, and I gave them the law, and I gave them, instances of what my lawyer has said and how the police department in Lakeland had to be completely retrained on First Amendment issues. They're treading lightly. And so this is exactly what I wanted out of my interaction with the LDDA, the police department, and everything else, is to know my rights. And so I have knowledge on my side, and we can put people in check who keep trying to do this to the First Amendment. So, all right, very good, very good. I hope they're having a good discussion. She recently said that Trump supporters.
I hope they're having a good discussion. And as you can see, she was just, in front of the people that escorted her out the day there, or whenever this was recorded. It allegedly was a day after, at the Winter Garden Farmers Market. And she's asking if they can be friends with a Trump supporter. That's her what she's rolling with.
Supporters were sick.
She's talking to a guy with I don't want to assume genders. Nah, I don't give a fuck. She's talking to what looks like a guy. I'm sorry, a flat chest.
/ mentally ill. And there's been a lot of
Wearing a Defend Trans Live shirt.
backlash from Trump supporters themselves about this. Do you agree with her?
I don't agree with that. I do agree that some of them can be a bit brainwashed in some senses, but I think
might be a women chat, my bad.
Calling them sick and mentally ill isn't fair.
Okay.
I understand that a lot of Trump supporters are calling other people that don't support Trump the same thing, so I get why you'd want to do that, but I don't agree with that.
Okay, perfect. And you said some of them are brainwashed. What are some things that you see that Trump supporters are brainwashed about?
There's a lot of propaganda spread. I'm trans, so I know a lot of the trans rights stuff. There's a lot of propaganda spread about trans people. That seems like brainwashing. They didn't care about certain things before, like women's sports or the bathroom things, and now they do.
Okay. Do you have any specific examples of some of the trans rights stuff besides the sports and the bathrooms that they might be brainwashed about? Because that could just be something they're latching onto.
Yeah, also the medical care for kids thing, because most of the time when you're talking about transitioning as a minor, it's just a name and pronouns and like gender affirming clothes. And people think that it's like surgeries and stuff, and that's not what we're seeing.
Would you be friends with a Trump supporter?
No.
No. Why not? Parents decided and her doctor decided that she was transgender. She went into surgery and they removed both of her breasts at 15 years old. She now is in her 20s and she greatly wishes she had not done that to her body. And now she has to live every day with a mutilation of her body that she says, and she is traumatized by this experience. And she actually spoke in
Now, like the whole
front of the Capitol in Tennessee, supporting the law that would prevent children from being operated on like that. Do you think even just one person undergoing these surgeries and these
this is the setup right here, chat.
transitions, it's worth it to say let's just hold the brakes and wait till you're an adult to do something like that?
That's the setup.
When you look at the suicide rates of trans youth, it's a lot more than one person, you know? I understand that happens, but less than 1% of trans people detransition, and most detransitioners do so for...
See how she says less than 1% detransition? He or she is like, you know, putting that to the side, saying at least only 1%. Only less than 1% do it. You know what I mean? Only less than 1% of children are going to be murdered. Like, let's just say if that was, you know what I mean? If that was the statistic that they were going with, and we're gonna go, you know, how many children are murdered in the U.S. and they're like, well, only less than 1%. You know what I mean? We're good. We're good. We don't have to worry about it. That's the setup right there.
For safety or medical or financial reasons, right? I don't know. I don't have kids.
Because people like her and, you know, Nick Shirley, they believe any amount is wrong. We should have 0%. Just like the border, we have 0 crossings. You know what I mean? That's what they're absolutists, you know?
I don't plan on having kids, but I think parents' rights is really important. And
does a parent have a right to go in?
Parents' rights are important. Is where she goes off.
And take their child, a minor, and get their
She goes, parents' rights are important, as she says she don't plan to have children.
breasts removed?
I don't know.
It's just like you don't have a place to even say parents' rights are important when you don't even plan on becoming a parent.
That's up to people who are in power, you know?
No, it's not. I don't think any person has the right to do whatever they want to their child, including affirming them in this idea that they're not actually who they are, and then take them to a doctor and take off healthy body parts that they were born with that make total sense for their body to have. You really think that's a parent's right to take their child into any surgery that they want?
Again, I don't think it's happening as much as you guys think it is.
I'm not
as much as you think it is.
I'm not asking about how often you think it's happening. I'm asking if you truly think that an adult has the right to do that to a child.
All right. Well, I appreciate the time that you guys gave me.
All right. That's where that's where she makes the iris exit.
Me today, but I'm going to head out. Thank you so much.
Okay. So I will continue on with that. I'm a parent, and I can look at my children and I can say I have no right to take them into a surgery for cosmetic reasons or anything like that that would permanently alter their body when they don't medically need it. No child medically needs their breasts or any other body
emotional damage
removed. And so I hope that person just thinks on this a little bit, because I don't know if anyone's actually ever asked her these questions. And so let's pray that she thinks on this and she comes to the realization that actually, yeah, parents don't have the right to take their children into a doctor and remove healthy body parts for no reason. Do you lock your door at night?
And just like that, chat, I'm going to leave it off at that right there. I'm going to leave it off at that one right there, because no cap.
Bruh.
I'm just saying, where's the lie? Stop when she's lying at that part. I might not agree with everything these crazy people. I'm going to be one of those crazy people one day, you know, out there asking the people questions. Because you got to be crazy to do that and just not expect something to happen to you. Especially when you're talking like her. But, I mean, I agree with her on that. You know, parents' rights should only go so far. Because I shouldn't, you know what I mean, be allowed to do what she just said as a parent. No matter how much rights I think I should have over my daughter, I should never be able to do that. So, shout out to Liberty Hangouts for keeping, you know, our amendment safe and actually going the legal route and, you know, the safe route. She actually protests, you know, with the justice and the law, and I like her for that. I appreciate her for that because it shows that we don't have to be violent about everything. If they kick us out, we can do something about it. If they're kicking us off of public land that is ran by the city, provided by the city, and permitted by the city, then we are allowed to be there. We are allowed to voice our opinions, especially as independent media. We have the most rights out of anybody because we are independent, just that. So if you guys liked what you guys seen and fucked with me the whole way, go ahead and comment. Pug is a good boy. No spaces. Pug is a good boy. No spaces. In the comments. This was episode 15. Y'all know what to do. Go follow, go like, go to Dry Heat Media and leave a subscribe and leave a like. Hit that bell if you haven't. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your time in life. And we are out. Rob Drip out.